Hi everyone, it's Nicole here for Honeybee Stamps, and today I'm sharing this set of 4 nail polish bottle cards. The shaped cards from Honeybee Stamps are just so innovative and fun. They've got a whole range of them in lots of different themes and shapes, so I definitely encourage you to try them out and see what kinds of shape cards you guys can make. Today I am using the nail polish bottle die collection to create my shaped card. Here's what we're going to be creating. And I'm also going to use the new Shine On stamp set and coordinating dies for my sentiments that I'm using on my card. A combination of the dies and stamps and dies. So here's kind of what I'm using. There are lots of different components here that can be used in different ways. I'm going to be using the card base itself, the nail polish bottle card. And then I have die cut the components for the top of the bottle itself, and then like the little shiny part at the bottom that I wanted to look kind of like glass. Before I create the cards themselves and add the die cut layers, I'm going to stamp the phrase "and shine" on the inside of each card using a black ink. This greeting is from the Shine On stamp set. As I mentioned a second ago, this coordinates perfectly. And if you didn't want to do maybe die cut cards, this set also features a nail polish bottle that you could create some really cute things with. I'm going to flip the card over to the outside of the card. I've left them all flat just for adhering everything and for the assembly purposes. And then I'm simply going to cover the front of my card with adhesive. I like a nice strong adhesive. This is the Glue Glider Pro Permatac adhesive. And I'm going to put the nail polish bottle, the bottle itself, and then that little bottom part of the bottle in place. I did die cut everything off camera to save time. These are die cut heavy cards, very, very little stamping. So I thought it would save a lot of time simply running these through my machine over and over and over. So I did do that off camera. I used the Gemini die cutter to die cut all of my pieces. So it's an electronic manual die cutting machine. Really saved a ton of time. I would put little pieces of all the different colors of cardstock on my mat, place the dies down, place the cardstock, all those different colors down, and then run it through. It saved me a little bit of time doing it this way, especially when creating multiples of a card. The other thing I am doing is creating these assembly line style. So many times when I am creating cards like this, it is just as easy to create multiples as it is to create one single card. I'm thinking these would be fantastic to give out as little party favors with a bottle of nail polish, an emery board, something like that. I think that would be super cute. These would be nice little party favors for the little girls and the big girls alike. I think anyone would love getting a little card like this. It also would be, these would make fantastic encouragement type of cards. You wouldn't even have to give a gift if you didn't want to. They are simply a fun little card. Slip them inside a standard A2 sized envelope. I would probably put them maybe in between a little piece of foam or a couple pieces of cardstock, something to stabilize them in the envelope since they are a shaped kind of card and you don't want them to slide around and get bent or broken. But I definitely think these would mail nicely as well. I am using my fingers to slightly curl the bow. There are a couple of bow options. What I love about Honeybee Stamps is they come out with lots of options in their die collections, not just this is the one way to do it. There is also the more outline shaped die, which would be awesome if you wanted to create some sort of a shaker element or an interactive element in that way, or you could use it, in other ways as well. But then there's a flat bow. So say you don't want to make this dimensional bow that I'm using here on these nail polish bottles. Maybe you do want to mail this and you're worried about the bow getting smashed, so you choose to do the flat bow instead. I think that would be an incredible option. So there's the dimensional bow, which comes with the bow shape and then the little centerpiece that wraps around. Or there's the flat shape with the little centerpiece that you can layer on top, which still gives it that look of dimension without actually being dimensional. So awesome. Love this die collection, you guys. I think for anyone who loves to do their nails, loves nail polish, maybe you have a friend who goes to the salon and you want to give her a gift card or something like that, or a little treat to pamper herself, it would be really fun to give this card with that. So just like the sample I showed you to begin with, I am gluing the bows in place. And here is a little tip for you guys. I like to use my pliers to hold that bow down. I'm using Ranger Multi-Matte Medium to glue the bow in place, but I want to make sure it's nice and secure, so I will glue it and then hold it in place with tweezers until that glue dries, and it is not going to go anywhere. It secures it so well to the card. Now I'm taking a scrap of vellum here and stamping the word sparkle from the Shine On stamp set. And I'm going to sprinkle these with white embossing powder. The example used white as well. We're going to have 3 of the bottles have white, but the kind of champagne colored nail polish bottle, I didn't think white would show up as well. So I went ahead and used gold embossing powder for that one so that it shows up much better. In fact, you can see I have a little scrap piece of paper. I tried out a lot of different embossing powders trying to figure out which one I liked the best. I know I'm always drawn to white embossing, and I was trying to pick something else, and I kind of went back to the old reliable white embossing. Now, I found the best way to adhere these to my card is to run them through the Xyron sticker maker. It's going to put a layer of adhesive all over the back of this vellum die cut piece, because there is that coordinating die for the word sparkle from Shine On. And this is just going to adhere it perfectly over the glitter cardstocks, over the foil cardstocks, and you're not going to see any messy liquid glue back behind that vellum. So that Xyron sticker maker, I really can't say enough great things about using it for this kind of application. Now I've got a little scrap of fun foam that I'm backing with stick-it adhesive on both sides. And this is going to create a dimensional greeting. I originally did not think I would make this dimensional because it's so teeny tiny, you guys. There are 2 options. You can stamp and die cut the word you from Shine On, much like I did the word sparkle, or you can use the individual letters. They're all joined together. It's one die because they're pretty teeny tiny, but you can die cut the word you instead. And so I die cut it from that black foil cardstock I used for the top of the nail polish bottles. After I adhered the foil cardstock to that fun foam with the stick-it adhesive and then ran it through. I like the look of the dimensional letters. I originally, like I said, with my sample one that I showed you at the beginning of the video, I just laid them flat on the card and thought I'd glue them in place, and it wasn't working for me. I really love the look of dimensional die cut letters, so that is another area where I went back to what I'm comfortable with, not to mention placing it on the white fun foam. It gives it almost a little bit of a shadow look, gives it more that look of dimension, and I think it makes it almost easier to read than if it was attached directly to the card. So there is the word you. I'm going to finish that for all the other 2 cards to finish them all off. I did fold my cards in half once I was done putting them together and used a Teflon bone folder to score them. Thank you guys so much for joining me today for these shaped nail polish bottle cards featuring stamps and dies from Honeybee Stamps. The supplies I used to create these cards are listed and linked below the video here on YouTube. Here are a couple more cards featuring Honeybee stamps and dies that you might be interested in. Please subscribe for weekly card making and stamping videos. Thank you so much for joining me today, and we'll see you next time.